hit trees. I'm crazy. It's like, duh.
I'm hearing that song, New York in the house. Hold on. It's like, okay. I'm hearing that song, New York in the house. Brooklyn, are you in the house? You don't even know. This is Mariah Carey. It's that song, When You Walk By. What is the song I'm channeling? I'm so into you, baby. Who is this? Hold on.
I know the song New York
Fantasy.
by
It's called
New York with
Fantasy.
Alicia Keys.
No, I'm channeling that's the song Fantasy by Mariah Carey. And that's
Oh,
interesting. Why are we're about to talk about Kanye West, but I'm hearing fantasy. So that's interesting. We're gonna wait till some people come here and then we will get it started. So yeah. Hey guys, what up? Hi guys. Hey Catrice. Hi Soul Sister. What up? Hey. Hey, Carolyn and Chill Mike. Guys, we're about to get into Kanye West, the underground soul swapping, cloning labs of the elite celebrities. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful, guys. It is a lot going on today. Guys, let me introduce you to my beautiful baby girl, Gemini. Okay, she's not my real daughter, but
hi.
guys, she's not my real daughter, but guys, we I did a quantum past life regression healing, and it turned out I was her mother in a past life. So now we just have this like this bond. So that's my little baby girl. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Gemini and I'm a channeler and I'm also a quantum telekinetic healer thanks to here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, and also I clear out negative energy as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Guys, we were okay, so it's very interesting. We're gonna get into Kanye West, but peep this, y'all. Peep this. I was channeling this song earlier this morning when I got this vision. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. And I'm telling you, I was channeling this song before I saw the image of Kanye West. And then, what song did you tell me that you were channeling?
Gold digger.
Mm.
And
So go ahead.
look, he got a gold chain around him too. Y'all see?
Mm.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Mm.
I
And
ain't saying she a gold. Oh, you
it,
know what? That reminds me of it though. Like blonde hair, it could be represented as gold almost,
as
right?
gold.
The cap of consciousness.
Yes. Because remember in the last video, we were talking about how the gold energy, they basically separated the consciousness from our consciousness, right? Split our consciousness with the gold, the need for gold, the greed for
Mm-hmm.
gold, capping our consciousness, turn it into something lower vibrational. I think that's why all these celebrities have to start dyeing their hair blonde. So if you see this blonde hair, it does mean there is a cap on the consciousness, right? So that's the first message out, guys. And so I'm going to tell you about what I saw, and then we're going to remote view more into what's going on with Kanye West. So let me tell you what I saw. So this morning, and let me know, guys, is the audio okay? Go the neat. Just let me know, and I'll adjust. But I think it's fine. So this is what happened. This is exactly what happened. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm laying down, minding my own. I'm laying down, Gemini, just minding my own business. All of a sudden, I saw a head like almost enter like from my left, and I was viewing like someone throwing a head and it like being almost swept to the opposite side of the room. And instantly, I felt the energy signature of Kanye West. And then I saw that it was Kanye West. And what really was profound was his beard here. So, this is the Kanye West, the version of Kanye West that has the beard. This is the version of him that I saw. Now, cut to, then I saw another image where he was laying down on the ground in this underground facility, which we'll get to. And someone, and I didn't see who was doing this, they had a long instrument. Now, this is sounding very extraterrestrial-like, right? They had a long instrument. They were feeding him something. It almost felt like through the mouth, but I got a sense that it was through the nose. And I'm getting a headache now in the nose, something going up to the brain. So this is how they were able to administer whatever it was. Y'all remember during the Rona 3.0, all those little COVID tests up the nose? I'm just saying, y'all, this is what I'm seeing, this long instrument. And now my left brain is on fire. So that's the first thing I saw. And then I paid attention to this underground facility. And it was very interesting. I'm going to describe it. It felt like I was underground. It felt like a laboratory, some sort of experimental laboratory. It felt cold. It felt sterile. And it was gray. You know how you have like labs that are white? No, this was completely gray, like a lighter gray energy. And that's the first thing I saw. Then it took me back, Gemini, to the prophecy that I got when I saw Michael Jackson underground in a facility. And like I said, it's like they were making a mockery out of Michael Jackson. It was almost like they were taking body parts. And I know this sounds strange and cuckoo, girl. It was like Michael Jackson's upper part of the body, and it was like an animal lower part of the body is what I saw. I saw him being tormented in a way in this place. Cut to this vision I saw about Kanye. He was in that same place because it had the same energy signature, guys.
You know what's funny? As you were talking about that, right? I was thinking about Area 51. Area 51 is the gateway to the underground. And that's why they don't want nobody going in there. That Area 51 is the gateway to the underground. And you know what was also funny? I was thinking about one of these lives that I saw where one of the celebrities was saying that a lot of these celebrities are actually locked up underground. I would not be surprised if Kanye was a clone. I remember Kanye West had there was a video of Kanye West where he said, "If you see me, that's not me." And this kind of happened with the whole, like around the time with the whole Balenciaga scandal and how he was trying to tell people about who runs the world. And I remember he was saying about that. He was like, Jay-Z is being controlled and Beyonce is being controlled. And he was actually speaking truth. And that's when it came out with his trainer, the text messages with his trainer saying, "Do you want to go back to Zombieland?" Basically saying, if you don't, you're going back to Zombieland.
And it's very interesting too, because that was basically what I was viewing was MK Ultra. That's what they were doing to him.
Yep.
But they were administrating something up the nose that would affect the brain. And you know, guys, if this feels like a virus to me, this is like kind of what I'm getting. It's interesting. I'm getting virus and viral. This is why Kanye West is always viral, because he's carrying a virus. This is what source is saying. And the gold hair and the gold digger song could be indicative to his handlers, which if you look at his, I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend, you know, this is a handler. That's what he is. He was tricked. Thank you, source. He went from Kim handler. Kim was too overt. She didn't like hide it. You know, when he got a wind of it, then he went, it's almost, I wouldn't be surprised if Kim set up the secondary handler, which is his current partner. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm seeing.
Too much like Kim, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Can we talk about that? How she looked a little bit too much like Kim. And you know, and it's so funny because people started to notice that Kanye West started to look different. And you know what, and Tahira, I want to confirm about the, the virus, something up his nose. It brought me back to Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn and how they were administering something up her nose. Now, this was a form of MK Ultra. So it's so funny how you say like virus and viral. These are two dual things that can transpire into something so big. Because again, this is the thing though, right? The problem that they're having is keeping him quiet. They can only keep him quiet for so long until he exposes the truth, and then they have to start all over again. But I feel like they're making a Kanye 3.0 to for good. For
Yeah,
good.
you're right. Because, like, honestly, guys, I was so disturbed by this image of what I saw. And we're going to start remote viewing this underground facility in a moment.
Mhm.
But, y'all, it was so disturbing because this is the same place Michael Jackson is in. When I say that Michael Jackson is almost like a project, they have humiliated him, taken him down there, and are scrapping out body parts only because he was trying to beat the system. Thank you, Source. When these celebrities, especially Black celebrities, when they beat the system from the Sonys of the world, right? From the Universal Records of the world, from the Disneys of the world, look what happens to them. They all lose their mind. And even all of these other little celebrities, you don't even got to be Black, especially with the Disney, when they like want to like actually exercise freedom of thinking and of speech and of self-expression, look what happens to them. This is what happened to Kanye, and it's what I saw with Michael Jackson. They are down there soul swapping, but more importantly, body swapping. And this, I know this sounds crazy. I want you guys to pay attention to something. If you pull up pictures of celebrities, you will notice that there are no new celebrities. They're only scrapped together parts of the old stars of Hollywood. They might even have the same talent. They might even have the same look or vibe or energy.
Mhm.
This is what this underground facility of what I was looking at. This is where they are making Tinkerbells. They're making stars down there. These stars are made, guys.
And you know what's funny to hear? I don't know if you ever saw this Disney Channel show, but they were showing how they were making Disney stars in a laboratory, like Raven Simone, Zac Efron. These people were made in labs. Okay, they even show you how they're cloning actual human. Cloning of humans have been around for a very long time, and it's so funny that you say that, Tahira, because you know what? When you said that, I thought of destiny swapping.
Mm.
They destiny swap. So think about it. Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. What do they all have in common?
You tell me, because it's like it's the moment
Because
you
when you
said,
think about it, they're all light skinned. They all rap about the same thing. It's just monitorized for the listeners, for the ears.
yeah,
And and it's just crazy because I'm gonna tell you something. When they do MK Ultra on these celebrities, you have a 50-50 chance, and they know that you have a 50-50. Either you're gonna get actually enlightened by this, or you can get controlled. Because in everyday life, we go through a lot of trauma, right? But we're not controlled by the elites in a way that celebrities are controlled. So, for example, for Michael Jackson, when he was traumatized to that level, that extent, he started to open up and become aware. He started to actually see what was going on. And so they had to punish him for that versus other celebrities like The Weeknd. Like Michael Jackson and The Weeknd, it kind of go hand in hand a little bit. But I'm just gonna say this: The Weeknd is kind of like the lower version of like Michael Jackson.
right,
The Weeknd replaced Michael.
right. And so I'm gonna read a comment here. So let's see. So someone says, are they in with Ukraine making designer babies? Interesting. And then let's see. Someone else says, Chill Mike says, that's exactly what he says. He says that it's possible also through a REM sleep, consciousness transfer system. So when we're talking about these celebrities
Yes,
scrapped
that's what I
together.
was talking about earlier. The consciousness transfer, how they transfer the consciousness from one to another.
Right, right. And
Mm-hmm.
this was the same thing that I was like getting to with the Kate Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you start tinkering around with someone's consciousness, they're no longer them. You might have the same body, you might walk the same, but you are not the same if your mind is not the same. But that poor child, there's been a lot that happened to her, and there's been multiple different versions of her. But Kanye West, this is a true consciousness swap. And I'm almost wondering who has his consciousness. Let's start remote viewing this. Let's start remote viewing this. And anytime we see gold, source draws my attention to all of this gold is manipulation. All of the gold, if you see someone with like all this blonde hair, and you know how like and it will be like a weird blonde too. All of these celebrities, when they dye their blonde, it will be something, especially the black celebrities, it'll be something that really just doesn't even match their like skin tone. It's like they have to show that they are, look at those eyes, y'all. Look at these eyes. Look at that. What I don't even, I can't even get an energy read on that. It's almost it's giving me two part. It's almost saying I know what you did, but it's reflecting back to himself. This is what he's saying to himself. I know what you did. So I want to go deeper underneath the ground.
You know what's funny too? If you think about it, he has gold around his neck and then he has gold around his collar.
Chained.
Yep, he's
Control.
chained. When these celebrities be wearing chains, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Speak on it. Speak on
yep,
it.
yep. When these celebrities be wearing chains, that mean that they're chained, they're tied,
They're tied.
they're stuck.
They're in
And
contracts.
yeah, like jewelry. Jewelry
Yeah.
is one of the yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm going to start channeling, start looking into this underground facility here.
When I'm coming first into the underground facility, I see the Greys standing outside, guarding.
Yep.
Ooh. They clone Tyrone is coming up for me. When you're about to walk into the facility, you see Greys. They're standing outside. They're not in a human suit, none of that. They're just Greys. Two of them guarding it. There's actually a lot of them guarding it, but you can see the two at the door. And then you walk in and it's a huge laboratory facility, and they have like human beings in this like lab thing, like in
they
water.
look like jars. Yes.
Yeah, like jars, like water. You can see it. And there's multiple of them. It's all down the line. And you can see Lady Gaga, Britney Spears. All these celebrities, you see them. They're in this like water container. Okay, so these are the okay. They tap into these celebrities when they're sleeping, especially around 3 o'clock. That's when they start messing with their minds the most. 3 a.m. I heard power hour.
Yeah.
3 to 4 power hour. And that's why it's so significant.
Spirit also draws my attention to the keys, playing of the keys. There's something about the keys. I see one hand playing keys on a piano, or like it's not a regular piano. It's almost like the Roland, the synthesizer, like the ones that can play different sounds. Spirit really draws my attention to. There's some sort of melodic thing that they're using. And I think that's why they had Michael Jackson down there as well, because it's like they're removing their essence through the music, through the notes. Like I want to,
Mm-hmm.
let me tap deeper into that to see what's going on there.
Because music is frequency, and they're using different frequencies to mess with the celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like these musics are also entities?
Mm.
You know what though? Music is, they made music an entity.
Lord.
They made music an entity. Music, listen, people birth the entity of music.
Mm.
And that's how they're able to manipulate and control people.
And I'm hearing that song. La 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 la. It feels
Mm-hmm.
like it's on repeat down there. It feels like that's just on repeat.
Yep, because it brings them into La La Land, like Winter Wonderland, Alice in the Wonderland. That's why they use, oh, but I'm not gonna go on that part. But
No. Say it. Say
I
it.
got another download. This is why Christmas music be playing over and over and over again, right? Because it puts you in a state of consciousness. It's kind of like the Enchanted Forest, right? But it's actually a winter wonderland that they put these celebrities in. A winter wonderland.
Speak on it. And I'm hearing that people release during this time when they hear that sound and it feels good, the Christmas time, people release their consciousness. They release their worries. You know, people stop caring about their personal life and bills and stuff during the holidays, and they just go rogue and they start
Yes.
just, I gotta buy.
Yes.
This is in the music. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a way to get people to willingly release their control. Hence mind control.
Yep. Especially, and you know what's so funny? Why Black Friday is the portal, is the opening. Black Friday.
Very interesting.
Why are there so many deals around Christmas time?
And spirit has drawn my attention to a harp, like the musical instrument, a harp. If you think about a harp, it's very, very spiritual. It's very heavenly. And I'm gonna find out, give me a second, about what this harp is. Because that's what I was drawing.
You know what, Tahira, while you think on that, I was thinking a lullaby. Oh, Christmas music is a lullaby that puts people to sleep. You don't have to be asleep for it to be a lullaby. You could also be awake, but your consciousness could be asleep.
Yeah. Well, it puts you, think about it. That lullaby. So in hypnosis, we speak in what we call a lulling voice. It's a lullaby voice because this is what actually helps the conscious mind relax, break through the critical layer of the mind, making the way back into the subconscious or the unconscious mind. So I understand what you are saying is true. It's a way to put people in a light state of hypnosis, and all I see is phrase extracting consciousness during this time. And where's that going? It's going down to those clone bodies that are waiting. Like I keep saying, when I say these people are scrapped together pieces, they're scrapped together of so many different people, not even just people. I'm saying animals too. They have really this, and this code, this mixture, because that's how I saw Michael Jackson. He was like a half animal, and it was like some sort of dog, and half. It's eerie because if you look at a picture of Michael Jackson, in a way, sometimes he does look like how some dogs look. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he has that look in his face. So what I'm saying is when he started mutilating his face, this was all contractual. Even if he was tricked into doing it through mind control, this was what they have been already doing. And that's why thank you, Source. That's why he has Never Neverland, If they're already telling you where his consciousness is, they're already telling you what they did to him a long time ago. Everything is hidden, guys, in plain sight. It's all hidden in plain sight. And they're using the music. That's why they have musicians down there. Feel like the musicians give way or give birth to the other species that they're creating. And Source is saying this is a violation of the universe. You are not to blend humans and animals together at all. At all. This is really disturbing and disgusting. So
You know what, Tahira, when you were talking about Michael Jackson, I got a vision of the three-headed dog.
Interesting.
I heard Zeus and Hades for some reason. Zeus and Hades.
Zeus and Hades. What I'm
Oh, I think because Hades that has a three-headed dog in the underworld or the underground. The three-headed dog is in the underground.
I'm not sure, but I mean, yeah, that's what it is. That's what this place is. This is the underworld, really. What we're looking at is the first levels. You know how there's different levels to heaven? There's also different levels to hell. And what this place that I'm looking at, that we're viewing, it's almost like the beginning, the gateway to hell. And by the way, hell is all manufactured. I'm looking at it. So these steps, I see gray steps leading down hundreds of feet underneath the ground. There's a literal lake of fire. This is all man-made. This is made by energies. These are made by galactic energies, is what this is. The hell state in general is almost like this fairy tale energy, is this enchanted forest energy. It's another space in time that you get captured in, and you believe that you belong there because they program you at night or at this 3 a.m. hour to take the bait. So this says the harp connects heaven with earth. The materials, the harp, were traditionally made of wood and catgut. Ooh! Whoop! Oh! 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 Hold on! Wait! Why? Woohoo! What? The materials, the harp, were traditionally made of wood and catgut, representing the earthly, instinctual side of our being. And on the other hand, heavenly vibrations of the strings together symbolize the tension between the bodily and the spiritual. Shut the front door, Source. Shut it.
You're right. And you're so right. Because you're so right. Because think about it. Like wood, how it's so funny because I think about Hollywood, and then with cat guts, what does a cat represent? A cat is very spiritual. A cat is very aware. A cat is aware of its surroundings. It can see everything in the spiritual realm. Cats are really smart. They're very sensual. They're very intuitive.
And what? But wait, hold on. They got 9 lives.
This
is why they need this is why Source had me channel the harp, because it's made with what? Cat guts, which are spiritual and which have 9 lives. What do we need to clone? What are we trying to do? We're trying to get more lives. So this is just co-signing that what we are seeing, and I'm telling you, they're scrapping together animals and humans down there, and that's where these celebrities, they become shapeshifters.
Oh my gosh, beta kittens. The beta kittens are where they turn women into cats. Like they get them to cat-like states.
Interesting. This is very interesting.
That's where that comes from. Where you're channeling, that's where that comes from. The cat guts and stuff like that. And with the celebrities, how like you see them wear leopard, and you're onto something, because celebrities be wearing leopard skins, like leopard, lion. They always wearing some type of just lizard skin.
Yep. Yeah. Sources confirmed this. This is Source. Guys, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to the channel, because y'all know YouTube be hating. YouTube be
For real.
taking away y'all subscriptions and everything. So please guys support the channel. So this is very interesting. So tapping back into these celebrities in these pods, it feels as if they're in these pods. And you know what I see? When you're talking about Lady Gaga, so see what source is saying is the reason why they have to start with the music. They have to start with the musicians because the musicians give birth to the actors. Notice how all the actors can mostly sing as well. You notice that because they start with the musicians first. And I'm seeing what I'm seeing in these pods they're in. Do you know these clone bodies? They're listening to headphones in that water. Their consciousness is being ciphered through the speakers, through the
Mm-hmm.
ears, through the ears. This is why we're always picking up on those frequencies. Lord.
Oh my gosh, yes. I see they put them in a comatose state.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how they're rebirth, as I say, rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
These celebrities are underground spies. They train. It's, there's also a trading facility under there
Oh, like what? No,
where
no,
they train people.
yes.
They train people under
Yes.
there.
Yes. Because like a year ago, I did a video about this little boy. He wasn't a little boy, but he reached out to me in the spirit realm and he showed me what they were doing with the underground children of Hollywood. And they trained them. It's a boot camp. All of these celebrities you see and these little kids that pop up on Disney and all of these commercials and stuff, they're underground being trained by these people. Some of them are like, for instance, I saw Janet Jackson. You know, Janet Jackson was pregnant. I forgot about this. And maybe that's why Michael Jackson was down there. Janet Jackson's seed, one of her children, is down there, but they are birthed and contracted from birth. They never see the day of light. They don't know. They have mothers and father figures even. They have toys down there. I've seen it. But the mother and father figures are not the true genetics of that person. Ooh, I'm getting hit with frequencies. They just step in, but one of Janet Jackson seeds is down there. They need her DNA, right? So that these children will dance good. They need Michael Jackson. They need all of these different energies. They need the Kanye West because he's a genius. He's a musical genius producing. And his mind is so like he's a genius in every aspect as a creator. Hmm.
Oh, why did I often thought about Aaliyah and then Lisa Left Eye.
I thought
How
about
they
that. Yep.
defied everything that the system was supposed to be.
Yes. Keep
That's so crazy.
talking.
Jay-Z is one of the leaders down there. And that's why he's so big as he is. That's why Jay-Z is such a big prominent figure, right? Because he's one of the leaders of all of the celebrities, kind of. They anointed him like this is the thing though, right? They trained him to though. They train him. So like you were saying, right? There's a children training facility. And I also feel like there's this adult training facility where he becomes a handler.
Yeah, he
He
is.
handles everyone.
He's a handler. And I want to point
Mm-hmm.
something out to you. I want to point something out. I want to point something out. And this is why Aaliyah, a lot of the times, her left eye will be covered with her hair.
Oh,
This is left eye.
mm-hmm.
This is left eye. That is left eye. This is left eye. You get where I'm going with this? Left eye
Oh
passed
my
away.
gosh. Yes.
She passed away in some vehicle incident in Honduras. And also, too, Aaliyah passed away in another vehicle, an airplane in the Caribbean.
They were never
Women,
meant to be famous like that. They were always meant to be sacrifices, it feels.
if you look at Honduras, if you look at a map, Honduras is what? It's on the left side. right here, right under, it's in Central America. And then Aaliyah passed away. I forgot she was shooting on an island. And I'm thinking, what I'm pinning it in my head that it's on the right side of, like, if you look, you know, kind of south from here. But that's very interesting. This was such a ritual. It's almost like they were making some sort of spiritual cross. When did these ladies pass away? What? I know Aaliyah passed away was near September 11th. I will never forget this day. I will never forget it. It was, I don't know, it was a few days before or maybe a few days after, but it was around that time. It was in the same week. And that was 2001, I believe. And I'm wondering when Left Eye passed away. I'm
For
wondering.
some reason, it's giving me reincarnated, like kind of energy. I don't know what is the connection between these two.
2002. Left Eye passed away 2002. Aaliyah passed away in 2001. This is
I'm 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 getting a consciousness transfer for some reason. A
mm,
transfer of consciousness because right before Lisa Left Eye passed away, she was going to Dr. Sebi and she started to awaken. She started to actually awaken. Dr. Sebi was giving her the keys on how to eat healthy, raw
yep.
foods, diets. CMOS was a big thing. She was just out there just telling people like, hey, you know, you got to eat healthy, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They couldn't have that. They could not have that. They could not have that. They couldn't. It's so funny too because I keep thinking about all these celebrities that will like stand out, like XXX like how he didn't even get a chance. He started talking about he was like, yeah, I can make someone astral project through music. If I want someone to sleep, I can make them sleep. If I want someone to astral project, I can. If I want to make someone angry, I can through the frequencies of the music. We control you by the frequencies of music. Next thing you know, him and Drake have beef. You know, Drake, and it's, oh my gosh, this is connected in such a big way because Kanye West was talking about the Jews, and Drake is a Jew. He was talking about the Jews. Kanye West went rogue and started talking about the Jews and how they control the music industry and stuff. He was
Well,
just,
I mean, this is a true statement because I used to work in the music industry. I used to be a songwriter. This is very true. This is just a true statement. Because if you look at the higher ups, the kind of the record executives, that's who's at the top of the pyramid. It's absolutely true. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave that part there.
okay.
But I want to tap back into the facility. So the last image I saw was all of these people in these pods, in these cloning pods, is what it looks like. They have headphones on, and they're getting programmed through the music, and that's why they need these celebrities. So they give birth to they take the musicians first, and they are able to get a lot of these codes right from the music, because what they're truly getting, guys, music comes from the heavenly realm. You remember when was it Lucifer who got thrown out of heaven, and he was like one of the most beautiful angels, could sing and all of that. This is when I truly believe that even our music fell. See, guys, we're going through such a huge karmic portal. And I've been talking about this for the entire year. In October, this was the portal that we entered where all karma must be paid back. You might even notice in your life that people are popping up, karma is being paid back. You guys are really doing the work, you're putting two and two together. So I got off track, but what was I saying? I was saying something about Kanye. Oh, about the music. Okay, this is what I'm saying, what I'm getting at. So just like gold fell in frequency, music fell in frequency. When that Lucifer character got kicked out, that's what caused the music to fall. It was no longer high vibrational anymore. So the fact they're making the harp, which was spiritual music, you always can think about a harp. We always pin that to be in the heavens. That's why it was made with animal, because they're showing you that it fell. Thank you, Chill Mike. Boom. Marcus,
I'm so sorry. I'm briefly trying to find something. Megan Thee Stallion had posted something on her Instagram a long time ago where she was in a pod. So I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she erased it. Dang. You got to be quick. They'll be quick to erase something. Dang, she was actually in the pod, like what we were talking about. I wonder if I could search it on the internet. Oh,
Okay.
It's a long shot, but
go ahead and search that. I'm really, hold on.
she
I'm
was
tapping
in the
into
pod.
something.
She had like this little the headphones on and everything.
Are you serious?
I'm
Oh my
serious.
God.
She had
You
like
can find that.
I want to find it so bad, man. They quick. This was back. This was way back in 2019. This was when she was in her hot girl summer hair. Where is it? She literally had it on Instagram, and she was talking about going through an upgrade.
Okay.
Going through an.
So I want to stay right here. I want to stay right here because we're right on the money. We're tapping into this thing right here. Whew, these frequencies are coming in right now, y'all. So that's when all of this fell. So we've never been listening, and it's just gotten worse. It's the same thing with the money system fell when the frequency was changed. Everything is frequency, guys. So if you're going through something, you can recalibrate your frequency because we are source, we are of the higher vibration, and all sometimes we need is a frequency recalibration. You can just take some deep breaths and recalibrate your frequency because we have been in a falling system since the inception of the existence of humanity. None of this stuff, all of it was muddied up. All of it was used once the man's ego got involved in our money system, even in our music, in our political houses. And it just trickles down, guys. Nothing here on this earth is made of a righteous seed anymore. This is what Source is saying. And this is why we're going through this portal where the karmic portal is open. That's why you can see, we can see all things right now. And that's why we know where to go. We know who to cut out of our lives. We know who to let back in because we can see now. Ooh, see now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Jimmy, you still there? Hold on.
Oh, I'm still here. Can you see me?
I just said we can see now. What's the see now? When someone loses is it someone loses their sight or their mind? Do they go see now?
Oh, when people like lose their sight, they can see everything, especially on a because.
No, when see now. What's see now? Do you guys know what it is? It's like when an older person goes see now, what do they lose? Their mind or their sight?
Oh, their mind, right? Oh wait, no.
Someone answer that. We're on to something.
Older people.
I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. See now, when someone goes see now, what do you lose? Your sight or your mind? I don't know why can't we figure this out?
Is it the sight? Because even if you lose your sight, your mind is onto something, right? I would think sight. Because when you think about like, I don't know if this is like really like equivalent, but I just kind of want to say it. When a person loses their sight, when they're like blind and stuff, they can see out of their mind's eye. Right?
Hold on.
I don't know.
now.
I don't think I get the reference because if it's
See
older,
now.
I don't know.
No, 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 no. This is a medical thing. So see
Mhm,
now.
mhm,
Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. Age-related molecular degeneration characterized by a worsening loss of central vision as a result of deterioration of
mhm.
the macula, which contains retinal cones that are required for sight. So if someone is senile, then wait, that didn't even answer it. Hold on. No, I don't know, guys. I need help in the chat. I need help. I'm on to something. I got the chat. I'm reading it. Memory and okay. Recognition and memory. Okay. It's your mental. Okay, sorry guys. There's a
Oh,
lag in the chat. There's like a 30-second lag. Their mind, their
oh, they're
memory, their
mine.
memory.
Okay.
So when I was saying I slipped up and said see now. So this is what they're doing. It's
Oh,
just a confirmation. Thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are on it. It's a confirmation of what's going down, what's going on in these underground facilities. Literally making people see now, lose their mind. Mind control. Just another confirmation. Just another confirmation.
oh, so that okay, okay. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. Yes, and they do that, and then they reprogram them, which is why they have the headphones and they reprogram their minds. They make them lose the old version of themselves, the old memories, and they put in new memories.
Hmm. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See now. Let me sit with this for a moment. Let me sit with this. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody was screaming at us in the chat. See now. Memory. It's a lag, guys. It's a lag. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can't see any.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm tapping
Okay.
into this see now energy. Their eyes are taped. Their eyes are taped in these pods. I can't hear you. Are you talking? Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, no, no. I was looking at
Oh no, it's fine. I was thinking about sensory.
their eyes are taped down. I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
them in the pod. They have the ear things on.
Oh my gosh, I get it now. You know how like when people go into the water for some type of therapy, how they go into the water and they have this water experience.
Mm.
I wonder if they are reminded of the womb when they're in these water like pods in the womb. In the womb.
Bingo, bingo. They don't know. Thank you, sirs. They don't know. They think they're in the womb. They don't know that their mind, that they're seen now. They think they're in the womb. This is why they have to keep those clone bodies in this 18 degrees or something like environment, right? And there's like almost like I see dry ice going in there, like this dry air or dry water in there as well. They don't, or is it below 18? I don't know, but it's cold, but it's
Mm-hmm.
cold, but it's not freezing, right? So they don't know. Guys, we have been in the womb for so long where your spirit knows when you're in the womb. These pods are to simulate being in the womb. And that's why they have to shut this down, because if you think about you being in the womb, everything's developing slowly, slowly.
Oh, they cut off the five senses.
Yes,
They cut off the five senses because you're still developing at the end of the day.
right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is interesting.
Mm.
Do you see anybody else down there? Bruno Mars is there.
Yeah, I see Bruno. I definitely see Bruno.
Maramo, carabisciane de vuelta.
Okay, I know I see Bruno. I know I see.
Oh, mire, estamos.
Why do I keep getting
James Brown. Woo! James Brown. So you probably don't even know who he is. My mother
Oh,
used
I do. My grandmother. No,
okay.
yep, James. But I feel good.
But look at Bruno Mars. Source ain't never lied. Source ain't never lied.
Oh my God.
That's where Bruno Mars comes from, James Brown. I saw
Oh
James
my
Brown feet.
God.
I saw his feet scooting down there on the floor.
Yes. Yes.
Michael Jackson. Wait, hold on. We're gonna build it. Started with James Brown, give birth to Michael Jackson. We got a Bruno Mars as well. Even remember
Justin Bieber.
I don't know. I can't, I don't see him, but I'm not doubting that he's not there. I'm not seeing Justin. But you remember when Chris Brown even dyed his hair. I'm not seeing Chris Brown, but I'm just now he's in the energy of the James Brown and the Michael Jackson and the Bruno Mars when we
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yes, because when you think about James Brown and then you think about Bruno Mars, wait. Wasn't he born in Hawaii?
I'm not sure where he was born.
Wait, was Bruno Mars? I don't know what the chat will say, but wasn't he born in Hawaii?
I'm not
And
sure.
It's so funny how you say Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars. Mars. Mars.
And that even the name Bruno is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like because Bruno can remind you of a dog too. I mean,
Bruno.
At least it does for me.
Yes. Yes.
At least it does for me. When I hear Bruno, I think of a dog.
No, seriously. Seriously.
And he has a gambling problem. By the way, he recently got caught up having a gambling problem. All the gold and the money.
Maybe, and even the reason why we couldn't think of this, guys, is because see, when I channel, I embody the message, and also you embody the message as well. The reason why we couldn't think about see now is because that was the message. Source was trying to let us know that the mind is gone, and we couldn't think of it because that was literally the message Source was given to us. So someone said, I wonder when they do a consciousness transfer, if it's a clone of a different person, if they retain any memory. What it is, guys, is the consciousness is being, I'm hearing, captured through the musical notes. This is crazy. Captured through the musical notes and transferred while they're in those pods. And so it does not behoove me that there is part of the original person in there. But what I'm saying is they're giving them the perfect amount of new codes and new, let's say, let's use James Brown, for instance. Let's use Michael Jackson, for instance. If they were to transfer, to gather up energy and frequencies from the musical notes, that I believe that they're literally having them play this stuff down there. And then they're able to put that into the consciousness through the frequency, the vibration of the music. That I see it going in through the eardrums, right? Through the cloned eardrums. And very interesting. If you're pregnant right now and you put headphones on your stomach, what happens? The baby can hear it.
The baby picks up everything inside the womb. Its environment. It picks up what its environment is. So that's why they put these people in like the womb. I want to call it the womb state for some reason.
Yeah.
But the womb state, because it's so funny, because I was thinking about, when you said that, I was thinking about Miley Cyrus. That's kind of why I wanted you to start watching Black Mirror. There was this episode on Black Mirror, right, where they were like putting her on a lot of medications, and then she started to act out, and so they put her in a comatose state, and and she was like actually she was making music while she was in this comatose state. She was actually making music with her mind, mind you. And I was just thinking, I was like, yes, they put people in a comatose womb state. So, oh my gosh, wow, this is.
So someone said that Chill Mike said that Bruno was born in Hawaii.
He was born in Hawaii. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that because.
And Oliver says, so for example, Matt Damon is the original form of Mark Wahlberg. Yes. You see how they're like very strangely similar? This is not by accident, guys. It's not by accident. Source has been confirming this whole thing. They put them in a see now state. They use the music. They transfer frequency, vibration, and new consciousness through the vibration of the music. The notes in itself, the musical notes, is what captures. Remember Ariel? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And the voice got captured. This is it. Hey, it's either a coincidence, but like I said, source ain't never lied.
That's crazy. I was looking up Trippie Redd and Orlando Brown, and someone says Tyler the Creator is Kendrick Lamar. What?
Interesting.
This is how celebrities replay out. Like, yeah, they go into different, and this is why you have celebrity lookalikes all
Yeah,
the
they all
time.
look alike.
Yeah, they all look alike. That's why you have all these celebrity lookalikes, because
They're
they're
just
part of the
scrappy.
same family. That's
And
why anybody can't just get in. It has to be one of the 13
yeah.
bloodlines.
So for instance, so when I was in the music industry, so just
Mm-hmm.
a sidebar, guys. So I
Mm-hmm.
was a songwriter. So I was
Mm-hmm.
part of a songwriting team. So me and my bestie, which we've been friends for 25 years, you guys, there's something very super spiritual about music. It combines people together like no other. And it could be used for good and it can be used for evil. These are when you listen to music and you do certain acts, these are binding spells. You guys have no idea the things that I've seen in this industry, right? I've seen certain producers turn into demons, literal demons. So this whole P. Diddy thing, I know that that's true. I've seen it. I know that it's true. I've seen other celebrities that he's worked with, other kind of smaller producers turn into demons. They are entities. These people are not real. Even P. Diddy is down here in this underground. They're all come from this underground facility. Not everyone, but the big ones. So I say that to all say that Beyonce and Tina Turner. Let me build on this. So I used to be friends with Ike Turner. And I know that that sounds strange. This man was like older, right? But so I was in a group one time. It was me and another male. We were in like this group, and Ike Turner was like mentoring us, right? And so we went down to San Diego where he lived, and he all his instruments. By the way, he was one of the founders of rock and roll. By the way, and a lot of people don't know that. He got all these like beautifully, like first generation guitars and all that. Like it's pretty epic. Seeing the closet at Tina Turner's outfits from the 60s and the 70s, pretty epic, right? But I say that to say that Beyonce is a scrap together piece of Tina Turner. And it was interesting because I almost feel in a way that they were trying to set me up in a way because I was kind of in that Tina Turner vibe, like the music that I was doing. But it was interesting because there's always options in the Matrix, guys. They give them a lot of different options. Okay, is this person going to take the bait or is this person? So we're going to throw out a lot of different people and see who can take the bait. And then that's when they go in to start rearranging the consciousness. You have to agree. Remember, you have to agree to it. Source told me to leave music, and that's what I did. And then that's when I went into, what my degree was in television producing. But if you look at these two women, they got the same nose. They dance the same, very wild, very wild, guys. This is what I'm knowing to be true. I've seen this stuff with my own eyes. I've seen it with my own eyes. You're muted.
Oh yeah, I'm my bad. I was listening to you, and I was thinking about the video "Crazy in Love." How she kind of transformed. She started dancing like this little, like it was kind of weird. It's something about "Crazy in Love," that music video, that really transformed her, because she was even saying that, oh, you know what? Chloe, is it Chloe Bailey? I think that's her, Chloe Bailey and Beyonce. Because when Chloe Bailey was singing Have Mercy, there was one part where she sounded, I'm not joking, exactly like Beyonce. Exactly like Beyonce.
Yes, Catrice. And Catrice is saying they're scrapping together Blue Ivy. Yes, they've been scrapping her together for a minute. And Aaliyah is in the mix as well. And thank you, Carolyn. She's like, I was waiting for you to see the link between the music and Lucifer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, guys, it's crazy. Someone pulled up a picture of this like old school painting. This person looks exactly like Blue Ivy. Exactly like Blue Ivy. There are no new people, guys. They're all scrapped. They're all scrap pieces. It's like scrap metal. That's what it is. This, I know I'm laughing about it, but yo, this is, and you know what? My throat is gone. It's almost like when we're talking about the music and the voice and the aerial being taken, like my voice is like, it's scratchy.
Yeah, and like with Ursula, because Ariel gave Ursula her
She
voice.
was tricked.
Yep, she was tricked into like, yep. So that's what Ursula represents. I can see that now because they come back as different people each time, and every time they come back, they lose a piece of themselves, and it's oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you first have to agree, unless you're a child born into it. I believe Blue Ivy was a child born into it.
It's so funny how her name is Blue Ivy and how these celebrities really carefully name these people. They name their children so carefully, like Northwest. Like I'll be like, I remember I used to ask, like, what?
That's the duality, the Gemini. That's the duality. That's the balance. And that's why she's rogue too.
Yep, a lot of people equivalent her to Kanye.
Right. She's actually, it's funny because a lot of times people were getting down on, Kim as a mother with, ooh, interesting. I'm gonna say that. Kim as a mother with, Northwest. And thinking that, oh, Beyonce was the one that was raising Blue Ivy, right? But now, when we look at the essence of Northwest, this little woman be kicking some knowledge. She was talking about how she prayed, taught her other siblings how to pray, and she protected them from these evil statues in Italy. And she's representing the balance between the north and the south nodes. She's holding balance. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do something to this little girl. We need to protect her. And meanwhile, Blue Ivy was born into this. I'm almost not sure if this is their real child. And it appears to be but when I'm telling you about Blue Ivy, the mix is too perfect. The mix between her looking like Jay-Z and Beyonce is too perfect, almost as if it was tailor-made. Taylor Swift.
It's so funny too because people were talking about Beyonce and how she had the baby bump with Blue Ivy, and how when she sat down, it was like it was a bodysuit. Like she was wearing a bodysuit when she was pregnant. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. What you're saying is correct.
And when you look at the Kathy White, I channeled her last year around this time. She showed me. Ooh, that was Erica Kennedy. First, that was Erica Kennedy. I channeled around this time, who allegedly Diddy offed her, which I saw the whole thing. And then fast forward to Kathy White, which I channeled earlier this year. Before this whole Diddy thing, he was in jail. This is Jay-Z's biggest secret. She was pregnant, and I saw her. She was pregnant. This could very well be the child that she might have been sacrificed. What I'm saying is the scrap pieces of Blue Ivy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce could very well be, Blue Ivy could be the outcome of that. Maybe they extracted the fetus from Erica Kennedy because there was a fetus extracted. And the perfect blend between Blue Ivy and Jay-Z is uncanny. It does not make any sense.
It doesn't.
Between Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy. Does not make sense. Doesn't.
And she's controlled way too perfectly.
Yeah.
The amount of control she's under is way too perfect.
Right.
I wonder if she was in the underground pod. Like, do you think so? Or like she was in the underground, or I don't know.
I'm not seeing her there. She's a wild card. I'm not seeing her there.
Or maybe they have her, or maybe they had her as, because I'm seeing her in some type of like
institutionalized
facility, a controlled facility.
Source said she's institutionalized. She was institutionalized.
Oh, okay, because I was seeing her in some type of facility, and they're like there's these men in like these coat suits, and they're like jotting these things down. Like, it's weird.
I wouldn't be surprised if, and she's known to be very smart, right? So remember, we're talking about how they trained those children down there, the underground children of these elites. Some of them are born into this system. Like the parents, they give their birthright away. A lot of these children, some children don't have parents. Some adults do not have parents. They were birthed into the system. They have, their nannies or whatever, the people that took care of them, but they were just contracted from the beginning to be part of the Hollywood system, because that's truly the only way the Diddies of the world, the Clive Davises of the world, and all the other people behind the man could actually get away with this if they were all birthed into the system in a way. Either you're birthed in, or you're grafted in, or you're institutionalized in, you're mind controlled in. It's a web that they weave. It's a web that they weave where you can't get out.
Hold on, I wanna show you something really quick. I'm hoping I could show you on here. Let's see, because I remember you was talking about like Kanye West and him being beheaded. I want to show you this really quick. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah.
I think I got it right here. This is the weekend though, and his head is cut off.
Ah, yeah, and they're devouring him, guys. Look. They're devouring him.
And they put him on another man's head, by the way. I want to see if I can find that. Where they put his head on someone else's head.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it.
Let me see if I can find
that. That's crazy. This is just all confirmation of what's been going on in these underground soul swapping facilities. Now, it makes me wonder, where is their soul? Where's their spirit? And what spirit always has me talk about spirit consciousness, which is like water. So those waters, when you're born, that's your spirit. It's the physical representation of your spirit, your internal waters. This is why if you get dehydrated enough, you can die. Because if you don't have a spirit consciousness, you can die. So where are they holding that? Do they drain it out of their bodies and place it somewhere? Where are they holding the spirit and the soul?
As I was trying to find this, I saw this too. What?
What? Consciousness swap. That's the old him. He got a new vibration. Yep. Yep.
I was trying to find it and I saw this and I was like,
confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. Yep. Are you guys still there? You guys still in the chat? Put something in the chat if you are. Awesome.
so
Thank
funny
you.
how she
in a
popped
jar.
up.
Catrice, what? Tell me where it is. She said she heard in a jar. She said, yeah, now they're scrapping together Blue Ivy. Chill Micah said recycled stars. Yes, that's what's going on. And Catrice just said she saw their Catrice, is it their spirit in a jar, their soul, or the like their spirit consciousness, their internal waters? Wow. She said yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. This is crazy for cuckoo for
This is this is wow. In a jar, I wouldn't be surprised. That's so funny that Catrice even said that, because when you think about these movies, right, and how they have people's like head in a jar.
She said her soul, their souls are in jars.
I would not be surprised, because they show you in TV shows and movies.
This, and y'all, come on, y'all, look at this photo. Look at, wait, y'all about to see the weekend. Look at this. Now, this is just a mockery. This is a mockery. This is a mockery of what they do down there. I don't even know what to say. What is this? What is this? Is this real? Oh, Lord. Lord. This is so cuckoo. This is absolutely cuckoo. Sorry. I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to stop. Oh my goodness. This is cuckoo for.
Why does this remind me of Michael Jackson a bit, like how he mutilated his.
This is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. I need you to stop.
Okay.
I'm
gonna go ahead and throw
just
myself
like no, I'm joking. But look, I mean, but no, is this seriously him, or was this like a joke?
He went through a whole transformation in After Hours. It was actually about what goes on after hours. There was a demon that was chasing him, and he went into the elevator. Now, elevators are portals.
Yes.
To the underground as well. So he was chased into the elevator by a demonic force, because he was being pulled by you couldn't even see no one that was pulling him, but the demonic force was pulling him. Next thing you know, and it was a theme in After Hours how his head was cut off. It was a theme. It was a theme. There was a girl that was holding his head, like just his head. That was not the only music video where his head was cut off.
So what are we learning here, guys? These are scrapped together stars, so please don't envy them. Do not envy them. Their consciousness is being transferred out. They're literally back in the womb. And thank you, Source. What Source is saying, you know how we're all in the matrix, but we understand it. They're in a matrix and now inside of another matrix. They can't get out. Once they sell their soul, thank you, Catrice. Their soul, they can't legally, thank you. Sources speaking, soul legalese. They can't legally extract your soul and put it in a jar if you do not give your will, if you don't sell your soul. When you agree to their trinkets, their gold chains, that's what that's representing. I own you, right? When you agree to it, the dyeing of the hair, and it's all their hair is golden. It's not even blonde, it's golden, right? When you agree to that, then they can legally take your soul, right? And man, they don't want me talking. Source is saying they put a guardian over those souls. It's probably a demon.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do.
Baal and Belial energy. There was something else I was saying. I was getting to something. Source was, oh my God, Source was saying something. Man, so we can legally take. What was I saying, you guys? Remind me of what I was saying. Do you remember, Gemini?
Yeah, you were saying about them selling their souls, like how they, like when they dye their hair blind. I know I'm not the greatest example in the world right now, but how they dye.
This is very important. Like Source just gave me a gem. It's almost like they're trying to distract me. They don't want.
Oh, you were talking about how they were like when they sell their souls.
I don't know, guys. There was something I was saying. It was
about. I didn't hear my verses. What? Hold on.
It was about to be so important. Okay. It was about to be so important what I was about to say. So yeah, you legally give up the right for your soul.
Yep.
At that point. So because you can't. Source is not going to dwell in a body that is it's an abomination, what Source is saying, to basically mutilate yourself to have you are a whole creation made in the image of Source. You're not to be scrapped together with any other parts and pieces of like animals. And this, we might even now be talking about plastic surgery, girl.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking, when you think about plastic surgery, I was thinking about transplants, like heart transplants, lung transplants, kidney transplant. I'm not saying it's bad. Just,
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if it's of an animal, that's an abomination. This is what Source is saying. We're not to be blended with animal. And yeah. And that's why they're all into bestiality as well. They be sleeping with their pets and stuff, sleeping with the farm animals. Like, it's all part. It's all part to lower their frequency. And so they almost trick them in a way to become that lower vibration, right? This is interesting. I'm losing steam over here. I'm losing steam, but yeah, some of these children are created in these underground labs. They're part of the system. Some of these celebrities, second generation, third generation. So that's what you're seeing when you see the Chris Browns of the world, and these are generational clones. And it doesn't mean that you have to be, yes, you come from your mother, but what I'm saying is they can change you. Do you know how deep? Okay, so for instance, when I used to work in the music industry, do you understand how many people travel in these people's entourage? They're all in on it. They have plants. The industry plants certain people. Who is that? That's disgusting.
That's Doja Cat.
Oh my God,
Doja Cat. Yeah,
so,
and one of her music videos, she was saying how she was reptilian.
Yeah, I believe that. So, God, I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry.
I forgot, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I'll be back.
So Carolyn is saying they have guardians. You volunteer your soul. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, they this is the message, you guys. It's all here right underneath our feet. It's all right here. And that's why they're building all these underground bunkers. Dude, and they're going to be building whole cities underground. And they're going to tell us one thing or the other to get us down there. They're going to say, oh, this is going to be better because, too many humans are populating the earth. We're going to need to go down underground. We're going to have to start building vertical and building underneath. These are the things they're going to be telling us. But I've already seen in the future that human beings turn into Nagas, which are these underground beings. This is what's going to be happening in the future when no one is living on the surface of the earth. Thank you. Bill Gates is involved with this. That's why he's buying up all this farmland. They don't want people on the surface of this earth. They want to take people underground. This is why they're making it so hard for the housing market. That's why I keep preaching about the Bitcoins and the XRPs of the world, which is actually going to allow you to become your own bank. They're going to have Bitcoin mortgages, right? And you're going to actually get paid interest to use your coins as the collateral, right? Because there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin. So if you have that as collateral, the bank is going to be all over it. They're going to pay you just a small percentage to utilize that, because what they're going to be doing, they're probably going to be trading it back and forth on the stock exchange, probably making multi-millions, if not billions. So that's why they will agree to the Bitcoin mortgages. But I say all that to say that this is all these second generation stars. They're never as good as the first one, right? So you have the Michael Jackson, but then you got the Chris Browns of the world and the Ushers. Never quite as good. But we got to start the first generation. And you look back at James Brown. James Brown was actually even more hype than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was just smoother with it, right? But what I'm saying is as the generations go down, the James Brown, right? And you got the Michael Jacksons, and you got all the other tiers of the Chris Brown and the Bruno Mars. They're good, but they're never as good as the first generation, is what I'm saying. These first generational clones. So that's what's going on, if you guys wanted to know, in these underground cities. So a lot of this stuff is underneath. I'm here in Old Hollywood. Old Hollywood is down there, guys. And you won't believe what source is showing me. This is like all of these, like I'm getting the sphinxes down there, all of these Egyptian kind of there's like literal hieroglyphs down there, edged into like the side of these mountainous kind of cities. All of these old like deities, they all down there. I'm telling you, the underworld is jumping, y'all. And that's where they're trying to get humanity to. So when they start building the bunkers and telling you you need this for your protection, they just want to get you down there because they want to trap you inside of another matrix. And so this is what I was saying. Thank you, Source. Woo! See, that's the see now. That's the see now energy that they're using. Goodness, I even forgot again. But this is what I'm saying. They want to trap you down there because these celebrities cannot get out. You know how we can get out of the matrix? When they sold their soul, when they came into that agreement, when they swapped it, they created another matrix for themselves. So it's going to be very hard for them to wake up out of this dream state. And thank you. And to sum up the message, Kanye West is forever gone because his head was disconnected from his body. He will never get it back. I hope so. I hope so. But it's looking like he will never get it back because it has been forever severed, is what the vision that I saw. They finally got him. They got him. They finally got him. Yep. Yep. Full circle. Thank you, guys. You have anything else to say, Jimmy?
Oh, no. I have nothing else to say. Nope.
Yep. So someone else is saying the underground cities are already there. Yes. They've been
Oh,
working on this for a while. On this for a while, and they're gonna present it to you like it's the solution to your problems. Oh, it's gonna be cheaper to buy real estate underground. You know?
And you know what's funny? I just want to say this one little thing. There's this TV series called American Horror Story, and there's this one season called Apocalypse where they, nuke up top, and there's a lot of rich and elite people that go underground. They're trying to introduce and desensitize people to going underground. I really feel like that's why they're trying to can I even say this? Kill Mother Gaia? Because they want people to go underground. That's why they're trying to nuke. They're trying to get people ready. Because I was thinking about that. New York. That's probably why he was channeling New York, because New York had this whole warning thing about like nukes. Oh, if there's ever a chance that the United States get nuked, you can go underground. And I'm like, there was a whole it was scrapped.
Oh,
it was scrapped.
Yep. So my girl Catrice is channeling from the sidelines. So Catrice is part of our group, part of our sisterhood. Oh, guys, by the way, Thursday night, tomorrow night, we're going to be here live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing a live healing session. So you guys can come through. And thank you for Carolyn is channeling messages. She's saying she's hearing distractions. Yes, it's all distractions. They want to distract us to get us down there, trick us because they know we're awakening. So they want to literally get us down in a different frequency where our frequency is naturally lowered underground, and put us in the matrix with all these other people, these scrapped together stars. So what Catrice reminded me, I was talking about the amount of entourages that these people travel with. It's unbelievable. They'll have like 10, 12, 13 people that they travel with. They're in their entourage. A lot of these people are intels and implants. Some of them might be true people working for them, but a lot of these people are hired, they're bought and paid for by the people at the top of this business. And I know that for Sure, guys. I grew up in the music industry. My uncle was a huge concert promoter. In the 80s and the 90s. I've been through all these concert halls, running through there as a child, meeting all these huge celebrities. And when I tell you the amount of entourage, it sometimes it's up to 30 something people. It is ridiculous. There's no way that people are hearing their own thoughts. All of those people, most of those people are implants, and they're there to keep you in line, keep the system going. This is what I'm truly knowing, right? This it's getting interesting, y'all. It's getting very interesting over here. So I think that's the message. Unless you want to say anything else, I think that's the message. I'm gonna let me pull a message really fast. You can talk to the people really quickly while I pull this message to our friends and family.
Oh, yes, to the friends and family. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, we're waiting.
That was a short. That was short. You don't want to talk about Doja? Okay.
I mean, I was thinking about diamonds and rubies, like how they use diamonds, rubies, gold, emeralds, the Emerald City, the Wizard of Oz. Oh, like following the yellow brick road.
Okay.
And so that's where, they make celebrities follow the yellow brick road, which is the gold. And then that's when they go somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow, they dissociate.
Ooh, somebody wants us to stay on here. Mike, Chill Mike is like, NPCs so fast. I don't know. How long have we been on here? You guys want us to stay on here a little bit?
Was it like an hour?
I don't know. But yeah, all these fairy tales, guys, this stuff is real. These things are not fairy tales. And we've been cracking the code over here. Us girls, we've been here working in the trenches for y'all, for the collective. What we finding is all of these enchanted forests, all of the fairy tales, all of the mermaid, every single thing that they show you in the cartoons is reality.
It's history.
Yep. And it will repeat itself if you don't pay attention. If you think that is fantasy. Oh, fantasy.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah
Fantasy.
Carey.
Yep. Fantasy.
I was channeling the fantasy song by Mariah Carey and Old Dirty Bastard. And that's the New York energy, right? Because that song was like such a New York vibe, right? Such a New York bop. So I'm telling you that the fantasy, if you buy into the fantasy, then this is how you can get swapped out. And the fantasy is what they present to you. But if you realize that everything that they show you that's supposed to be fantasy is real, and then the things that they show you is actually fantasy. So they're even swapping what is real and what is fake. And now, full circle, I was trying to say Northwest. Girl, why did Source say Elizabeth? Girl, I hope this ain't Queen Elizabeth. Girl, I'm not dealing with you today. I ain't dealing with you today, Queen. And she's the queen of the underworld, by the way. And she's probably mad that we finding this out. But anyways, Northwest is the last hope because Kanye is forever gone. Them cutting off his head, severing it from the body, he's gone. This is why the Northwest is holding the energies of the North and South nodes. She's a directional spirit. She's going to try to lead us. We need to protect her. We need to protect her.
Yeah, because she is so intelligent. And you know what? And it's so funny because I just wanted to say this really quick. Their teachings is of Aleister Crowley. So Aleister Crowley teachings is where everything is backwards, right? So how you say like they teach us fantasy is reality and reality is fantasy, that's Aleister Crowley teachings. That's what they be teaching us is Aleister Crowley teachings. It's just crazy because like everything that they show us on like the TV shows and movies and all that, and I don't know if anybody watches Black Mirror or Inside Job. All these things that they show is right in our faces.
I gotta watch that.
You need to watch Black Mirror, please. Please, when I tell you, Tinker, you're going to become just, I'm telling you, Black Mirror is going to open your mind to a whole nother reality. Because
Okay,
it is one.
really.
This is the future. This is the future of technology. Actually, it's right now, but it's future and right now. Like how I remember I used to see there was this like movie about how robots, you'll be assigned an actual bot and it will follow you around everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Right. Right. And it's just so crazy, like all of these things. And that's why I was talking about Miley Cyrus, how she was basically telling on herself, how like her aunt was controlling her. Her aunt was her handler, making sure she took her medicine every day, every day, every day. They was telling her what to do, what to sing, what to. Why do something about Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus? What's going on there? Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus. There's just something. Ooh, the sinisters of Hollywood. You never know, right? Will Smith.
There's levels to this stuff. And when I tell you, this is like some tea, Hollywood tea. It's not really, but when y'all see these people in person, y'all, they don't look the same. When you look at The Rock in person, he's like 5 inches shorter than you thought he was ever going to be. And Vin Diesel is like a little miniature man. Like these people, they are made for Hollywood. They're made for the camera, guys. So one thing about Vin Diesel, yeah. What?
Think about his name though. Think about his name, Vin Diesel. What is diesel? Like when you think of diesel, you think of cars.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my God.
And it's all hidden in plain sight. These people are made for the camera. So one thing about these Hollywood cameras is they add about 15 to 20 pounds. So these people have to be perfectly made shorter. Guys, I know what I'm talking about. If you look at all these celebrities, they are short, especially the actors. The actors are really short because they are second gen. They're second gen or even third gen or fourth gen because it starts with the music stars first, and then the generations of the clones. And then by the time they get down to the dang old actors, they're like dwarfs. like seriously, this is what I'm saying. Like, just saying, if you ever just start looking at these stars, like, but if you see them in person somewhere, like if you live in like Hollywood or in New York or something, I am telling you that they are made to stay inside of a box, inside of the TV screen. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They're made for the fantasy.
Oh my gosh.
So
you know what's so funny when you talk about second gen? I kind of want to show you something. So there's this something about Kid Buu. I don't even know who that is, but he talks about cloning. He was talking about how he was actually made in the cloning facility, and the person that was talking about it, he was a second gen. I'm not joking. He was. I don't know if I could screen share. He was actually talking about like how he was a second gen. I'm not joking. And he had his clone come on live. He had his clone actually come on live, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so fake! How did you do that? This and that." No, this was real.
Dang.
This was real.
No way.
And he was talking about Kid Buu talks about Gucci Man being cloned. He was talking about how it says Kid Buu exposes truth about human cloning, and he was. And you never really heard of him ever again after he talked about the cloning. It's like he disappeared off of the face of the earth.
Lord.
But he actually had his clone be on live with him. He was actually showing people that this is his clone. And people were like, "Oh, you're so crazy. You're so crazy."
Who is this again?
Kid Buu. Oh, also, Hopskin. Hopskin was talking about how he had to wear the Gucci suit because he was enlightening people too much. So he had to wear the Gucci suit. The Gucci Man suit.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. I'll have to show you some of this stuff. I'll have to show you some.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me. Guys, I'm gonna read something from my book really quickly. So if you have the Cosmic Bible, by the way, pick it up on Amazon. Link is down below, or will be at least on the replay. So I'm talking here to this aspect of source. And what she's saying is she's basically the mother of all first creations here. And this is a channel Bible. And she says, I'm in charge of fertility and the incubation of beings and souls. I merge them together. I incubate beings. And when the incubation period is complete, I make sure the soul goes into the being and that they are very much connected. I am the mother of all first creations, not animals, but human beings and other beings in the multisphere. So I want to point that out. Remember how I said they were scrapping them together with animal pieces? And I said that source is saying that's abomination. This Mother Eve, the mother of all first creations, is saying she does not give birth to animals. So the moment that they changed our genetic structure to now mix these celebrities with animals, they are no longer in creation. They are taken out and they lose their birthright from being part of this Eve gene, right? And that's why their souls are able to be taken away, because when they sell their soul and they become of that fallen frequency, which we were never created to be that way, they're now able to get soul swapped legally. There's legalese, guys, in the spirit realm. And so Mother Eve, as above, so below, guys. We are born of technology. So this Mother Eve that I channeled is the mother of all first creations. You were seeded from her. This is who I was channeling. And what she does is she deals with the slicing of genes, right? So she incubates beings and souls. And she makes sure, like when you're born, she makes sure that your soul is connected in your body. This is your spiritual mother. This is all of our spiritual mother. But the moment she didn't create that, she does not create the animals. And I'm almost wondering if the animals are created by lower dimensional beings. So I'm just saying that it's even in this book here that I channel. So just saying.
Oh my gosh, that's why the birds oversee everything. You know what? And that's why they say don't like I'm not saying that nobody can't eat meat. Okay, I'm not saying that. But I kind of got a download about us eating meat and how like we're kind of transferring that DNA of animals into our own system. Kind of, in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
that's what they want. It's so true that the thing is, human beings have always ate meat, but it wasn't the GMO. So the thing
it
is
was
why
the
it's important not to eat the GMO is because a lot of our DNA is being changed, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. They're wanting us to be so unrighteous that we become of a falling frequency as well.
Mhm.
So this is how they can take people's souls away from them. And so that's all I'm
Dang, when you give into the pleasures of life, like kind of like almost the seven deadly sins when you think about it. Like when people like eat nothing but GMOs, but then they're drinking alcohols, they're drinking spirits along with it. Like that's how you become like fallen.
you're more easily infiltrated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that people can't do those things. You do
Yeah,
what you
yeah, no, no,
do.
no. You do it, do you? Yeah.
But I'm just telling you
Mm-hmm.
that if you're not spiritually protected and really, really you have a strong foundation and a spiritual covering, when you're not paying attention, this is where you leave room for these beings to come in. And this underground facility is being, thank you, Source, is being run by beings. And that's why Sister Eve, which I call her, is saying that she didn't create the animals. She didn't create these animals. These animals, you know who they are? They come from higher dimensions. Look at the Lyrians. This is how we get the lions. This is how
That's
we get
true.
all those cat species. They come from the stars, the other galactic places in the multisphere.
So true.
And they were fallen because they kept destroying their planets over and over. I've actually had people in sessions that were part of the Lyrians. I had someone that was the last person standing from the Lyrian, and their planet got taken over their home dimension. Star system got taken over. They became a fallen people because all they did was war. That's what they want from us. All that war, thank you, and I'm channeling this. They brought that stuff. That was never supposed to be down here. War and over money. No, it was never to be that way. Never. So someone says, hold on. I've been thinking for a long time that there are hidden underground cities beneath the surface of the oceans. Yes, Janet. So under the ocean, I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. Under the ocean is the underworld. Under the ocean actually is cities too. Under the oceans are portals. But if you go to the deepest part of the ocean, that's where the underworld is located. That's where it is. And there's also cities there. There's also, I'm hearing, there's crystal cities too. There's not just low dimensional stuff in that ocean. There's high vibrational stuff. There's low vibrational stuff. There's good there. There's evil there. There's the balance. There's the duality down there. So you're absolutely right. Yep. Catrice said Kid Boo or BUU has a short on YouTube speaking about the clone numbers and being manufactured in Canada.
Yeah, he comes from a cloning facility called Clonate. There's an actual cloning facility in Canada.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw that. Yeah, Clonate. It sounds like Kool-Aid, girl. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's what I tell you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, the Clonate. You're going to drink that Kool-Aid, you're going to get cloned. Source has another message for you guys, opened up to a random page in the Cosmic Bible. Source wants to tell us a message here. How do we become the Christ frequency, the Christ energy? Says, we stand for righteousness and right knowledge. And most importantly, we adhere faithfully to that in which our soul came to experience. Your soul's journey is already perfectly part of the divine's plan, eliminating the need to deviate and start running in another man's lane when your lane is wide open. When one stands in their crystal's Christ energy, their path will forever be lit up, even through the darkest of days. And I end with that message. So, as of these celebrities who were chasing fame and fortune, money and power, music, they deviated from Source's plan. Source never planned for them to lose their soul, to sell their soul, to exchange their heavenly gifts, their cosmic gifts, their etheric gifts for money, fame, and power. That was never intended to be. They started running in another man's lane. They started being led down a false path, falsified path. Source is saying, all you got to do is stand in the crystal's Christ energy, that enlightenment frequency, that love vibration, and your path will be lit up. And even in your dark days, you will have sight. You won't be senile. You won't be senile. You won't lose your mind. You're going to have spiritual sight right here, right from the third eye. So guys, I think that's it for today. I think that's it. I love you guys. I think, okay, there you are. You want to say bye? I love you guys to the
bye. Love you guys. I can't wait to see what you guys were saying. Well, everything.
Yeah. All right, guys. We love you. Take care. And Jimmy, thank you so much. My little spiritual daughter for coming on here. And she likes to talk about all this stuff.
I do.
The other ladies in the group, they're like, I don't care about no dang old celebrities. I was like, I do. I care about it. So this was quite cool, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, guys, share, and all of that good stuff. Tune in for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live reading. And possibly we might even read some of you guys that are in the comments. I'll see if our I'll see how far we get with our client that's coming in. And if we have enough time, we can do that as well. But okay, guys, take care. We
Bye.
out. I say she a gold digger. But she ain't messing with no pro. I say she a gold digger. Oh my God. Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Oh, guys, look. Wait. Did you guys meet her? I think I introduced you to her. Guys, when I saw this in the store, it spoke to me. But girl, I had to check the energy because you know my spiritual ops be trying to get to me. I ain't playing. I check everything. So I did a clearing on her, but she's so beautiful. This is her solar systems, right? So all this is going to be painted. I'm going to channel it. I'm going to channel what she should look like. And she's going to be doing some work here too, guys. Sorry, I just had to show you. I get very giddy about stuff like that. But anywho, guys, I love you guys.